Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us with this yoga class. First time that we've done a yoga and essential oil class. So I'm super excited to participate and practice with you all. We have an amazing teacher, Maryam Askari, who's been a teacher. She's a global international teacher. She teaches in Morocco and Paris, and we've crisscrossed over the years, and she's one of the only teachers I used to wake up at 7:30 in the morning to go to, because she has great alignment instruction and a lot of confidence. So I'm just so grateful to know you, Maryam, for all these years. I'm going to give you the floor in just a second, but for those of you that have your oils nearby, and for those of you that don't, we're going to be offering a way that you can get this at the end. I'm not going to go into great detail, but we're just going to start by using a few. We'll do a few now, in the middle, and in the end, just really quickly. So if you have any lemon, you want to just kind of wipe off your day with this. So just brighten up, clear the energy, and put it on the soles of your feet. We tend to, get congestion and get stagnated on our feet. So if you have lemon, you could actually even use lemon peel, but don't go and run. But that's a great one to use on the soles of the feet, and just, it feels like it lightens the load. I can feel an opening in my feet. And then peppermint, we tend to hold a lot of stuff in our head from driving, headaches happen. So this is really good to just open and clear the pathway through the neck. So massaging where the neck comes and meets the skull, which is the occipital, you can kind of massage that out, even kind of rub it through your hair. Just whatever that you've come to this moment and to this mat with that is not part of what we're going to be receiving, let's let that go. And then finally, I have Digest Zen. And just so that while we're doing these poses, because it's going to be somewhat, mellow, well, I don't know, it's up to her, whatever she decides. But just so we're also having these oils work on our inner body, Digest Zen causes and creates peristaltic action. So I'm going to have you put that on your belly, which is why I wore a shirt that I could just show, just rubbing it. It's always good to rub your belly clockwise. Ascending colon, transverse colon, descending. We just always want to support our digestion. These food grade oils that you can also take internally are so powerful, but 90% of our immunity is happening from our stomach. So now let's practice. I feel so ready. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super happy to be with you guys. Take a moment and just find yourself a seat in your sacred space. It's such a beautiful part of these Zoom connecting with each other, because you can be in your sacred space and yet you can share yourself at the same time. So I really do enjoy teaching and sharing this way. So once you have your seat, it always takes a moment to actually settle into the seat. And with all these beautiful oils that Rainbow just showed us to use on our body and our skin, just let those aromas guide you to breathe in a deep, comforting, and full breath. Really, the nature of our breath is to be full, to be satisfying, to be generous, but the breath does require of us to be attentive to it. And as soon as we are paying attention, it will naturally find its own fullness, its own depth. And it's within the depth of the breath that the healing nature of the breath resides. So as we tune into the quality of our own breath this evening, and we settle into the seat, just take a moment, let yourself feel how you feel. With your hands on your thighs, drop down the weight of your shoulders, drop down the weight of your buttocks. Let yourself be fully seated so that from that sense of sitting down, you can sit up and sit tall. And let's bring the hands to the heart, and why not chant the sacred syllable Om together this evening. Draw the hands together with your eyelids released, but your head nice and straight without dropping your head. Take a full breath into your chest, into your heart. Beautiful. Please keep your heart lifted with an exhalation breath. Just bow the head down towards the heart, and with the awareness inside your heart, dedicate your practice. And then keeping the heart lifted, release your arms. When you feel ready, let the head lift and softly your eyes open. And once your eyes open, take a moment and set yourself up in child's pose. We'll follow Rainbow, who will demonstrate. So great, now I can see a few more bodies. Thank you for turning on your cameras. In child's pose, we want to set ourselves up in such a way that the weight is back behind us so that the forehead can be nice and restful. So you don't want to feel like you fall forward with the head, but you're able to gently release the head because the weight of the buttocks is fully settled. That's beautiful, Rainbow. Perfect view. And then can you go back to the breath now that the forehead is resting? And can you encourage the inhalation breath into the upper back behind your lungs, inhaling? And a deep, smooth exhalation into the lower back, letting the lower back sacrum soften, relax, open. At any given moment, of course, Rainbow will jump in and maybe bring in another oil or two for us to work with as we get into these poses and get into our body. Can you release your facial muscles and let them just sort of sink into the earth so that we can have a face that has no expression on it, just a quiet, drawn in face. Release the space between your eyebrows. Release the root of your jaw, the root of your tongue, the base of your throat. Let everything soften so that the passageway for your breath, which is truly at the base of the throat, can be nice and clear. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely with the inhalation, drawing in the beautiful aromas, the energies of these scents, of these healing oils. And with the exhalation, letting go of any gripping, any holding on inside the body. And we're going to ease our way into all fours. And once you're on all fours, you're going to spread the palms and root the palms of your hands into the earth. And from those roots, beautiful, Shana, steady your arms so your arms are nice and supportive. Beautiful. And then let's turn the toes and ease our way back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. It's your first extension, so you want to feel your way into it. That's it. How is the body this evening? We've all done downward dog before, but how is this downward dog? How do you feel right now, this moment? What is the message of your body as you extend? What do you feel? How are the shoulders? How are the hips? How fluid is your spine? Can you keep making your arms, your legs nice and solid so that you can allow the spine to be nice and fluid as the arms and legs support you? And beautiful. Please release your neck. Let the neck be just an extension of that fluid spine. Keep releasing your facial muscles. And when you exhale, draw the navel back up to your spine, away from the ground. Good. And keep your legs nice and solid now. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. When you walk your hands back, once you get there, please separate your feet a little wider, maybe as wide as your mat if you have a mat. Rainbow doesn't. So just go a little wider than hips. And then with your feet separated, firm up your knees. How will you firm your knees? By opening the soles of your feet. We had some nice, beautiful lemon essential oil on the soles of our feet. Now let the soles of your feet receive the breath through the earth. And with that breath coming in through the soles of your feet, energize your legs. And with your legs energized, support the spine. Let it melt over your legs. Beautiful. And then let's interlock the fingers behind the neck. I forget now, Rainbow, can you tell us which oil did we put on the back of the neck? Was it peppermint?
Peppermint, yes.
Wonderful. So with that peppermint, you're supporting the neck now. Great. That's it, Shayna. I hope I'm saying your name right. Peppermint on your neck. Go for it, girl. Beautiful. That's it. And then we're just supporting the neck, right? We're just interlocking the fingers and releasing the neck more than it would by itself. So anytime we contact a section of our body, whether it's with the earth or with our own hands, we bring a little more life awareness into that section of the body. So now exhale into and through your neck. Let it lengthen, let it soften. Nice. And then please release your arms and very gradually and carefully look forward. Let the heart lift with your hands on your hips. Inhale and come to standing. Nice. Let's take a moment and just stand tall facing the camera. Bring the inside edges of your feet together and let yourself just stand in what we call Tadasana, the mountain pose. Standing rooted with your feet, long and lean and steady with your legs, clear and fluid with your spine, open and receptive with your chest, your heart, neutral with the face. Then we're going to go into tree pose together. So take a moment, root the inside edge of the left foot into the earth heavily and bend the right leg. Bring the right foot all the way up into the inner upper groin and then pause. You want to pause because the pausing keeps, of course, slowing you down, and the pausing will remind you to stay rooted. The inside of the foot likes to move around. Every time it does, it's calling our attention. So every time the inner foot is wobbly, we re-root it into the earth. Then with your hands to your heart, pause again. Center yourself. And then separate your arms wide and widen yourself across the chest before you reach up. Inhale and reach the arms all the way up. Grow tall. And when you exhale, grow just a little taller. So you're rooting the foot, you're reaching to grow tall when you inhale, and then you're a little taller when you exhale. meaning the space that comes in, the awareness, the length that you draw in with your inhalation, you keep it when you exhale. That's it. Beautiful. At one point in the practice, we need to let go with the exhalation. Other times with the exhalation, we can lengthen, receive more instead of let go. Beautiful. Now the hands back to your heart, and that's where you pause again. And at your own pace, when you're ready, release so that we can change sides. So other side, root the sole, the inside edge of your right foot, bend the left leg, draw the foot all the way up, pause. And Yaj, you have to go back on mute.
Oh.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. And separate the arms, go wide, open across the chest as you separate the arms, and then inhale to reach up. Rooted through the sole of your foot and growing tall from those roots. Ungrip the toes, lengthen the metatarsal, widen the metatarsal, widen the heel itself. Beautiful. Are your arms really reaching? Make sure you don't drop your shoulders. Lift through the shoulders. That's it, Shayna. Good. The full potential of your body. Just a little taller inhale. Exhale the hands to your heart and pause again. And release. Back to Tadasana, the mountain pose. Do you want to jump in here with any other oil, Rainbow, for us to continue?
Not yet, a little bit later.
Okay, good. So from here, we're going to go back to downward dog. And from downward dog, I'm going to lead us into a little sequence of standing poses. So downward dog will be our base for the standing poses. Please go back, place your palms, steady your arms. And then with those steady arms, lift your waist up off of your arms and go for then lifting your hips up off of your waist. Beautiful. And then energize your knees as though someone could squeeze them firm and extend your heels as though you were pushing back into a wall with your heels. Release the neck again. Wonderful. And then actually, before we go into the standing poses, let's get into our hips a little bit. That's a nice area to explore, especially in the evening. Let's come forward and bend the right leg. Sometimes this is referred to as pigeon pose, but in the system that I teach, we don't call it pigeon because pigeon, the foot is hiding under your pubis. Here, we want to make a half square. Okay, we don't want the foot to slide down. And then we're going to come forward. Okay? If the foot is under the pubis and you slide forward, you put too much pressure on your knee. That's why we do our best not to do that. And then this is going to get you, especially at the end of the day, into that tight spot, right? A lot of times we're sitting on that area of the body. So it's going to speak to you right now. Keep the ankle and foot in the flex position. Keep the breath very conscious and bring the inhalation into that tight spot. Make space, bring awareness with the inhalation, and then soften yourself into that awareness. Take each breath as an opportunity to get comfortable with that section of your body. Beautiful, that's it. Okay, so that breath by breath, we're just becoming our own healer. Breath by breath, we are committing to healing our bodies, bringing vibrancy, awareness into the different sections of the body. We use the body all day. We live in this body temple. And so when we get into the different sections, we are becoming more of ourselves. Nice. Finish your next exhalation. When you're ready to change sides, look forward, press your palms, lift your heart. Turn the back toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana, back to the downward facing dog. Okay? It's nice to re-extend and feel the difference between the two sides now that we got into one side of the hip. Okay, how do you extend? How does the right side respond? How does the left side respond? Nice. And then when you're ready, bend the left leg forward. Make your half square. Nice, Stephanie. Exactly. Keep the foot flexed. So really the shin bone is like parallel to the front of your mat, right? That's it, Rainbow. Gorgeous. Perfect. That's a nicer view. I like it. Oops, my phone keeps falling. And then please go back to the breath. The back leg is fully extended. The back leg is rolled in so that you're not squeezing tight the sacrum. Okay, and then inhalation full, exhalation deep. You're going from the extremities of your body inwards, reaching, finding more space inside you than outside you. All day we are outside the body, we are giving out energy. Now we're drawing all that energy back inside. Let the inhalation illuminate, bring space. Let the exhalation make you comfortable with that space. Good. 2 more breaths. Can you move in a little deeper? Can you let go a little more? Looks beautiful, Shayna. I see how you're getting more comfortable. Great. And then when we're ready to come back, again, very gracefully, very carefully, we'll press the palms, lift the heart, turn the back toes under, and ease our way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. That's it. Without any holding on now, lift your waist way up out of your shoulders, away from your arms. Pick your hips up out of your waist. Press your thighs back. And now together, let's be very aware of our legs, long, lean legs behind you. And then come forward into upward dog. So that when we come into upward dog, we don't forget the legs are still supporting the spine. Press your shoulders back, lift the heart, the sternum. If you feel like it, look up gently. Exhale, ease your way back into downward dog. So moving through the breath, the inhalation brings you into upward dog. The exhalation takes you into downward dog. Please go at your own pace. 2 more rounds. Okay, you have all those amazing scents to work with. Inhale fully, exhale completely, and please move through these 2 more rounds. That's it. Yes, nice. Wow, beautiful upward dog. Your bodies are loving this. Easy, graceful, careful, so that really we're not moving the body. What are we doing? It's a moving meditation. So really these are actions. They're very specific, graceful, purposeful actions more than movements. That's it. Exactly. Now exhale and please walk your hands back to meet your feet again. Take a moment again to separate your feet a little wider than hip width. And this time, let's support the legs with our own arms. So can you wrap your arms behind your legs, hold your legs, maybe the calf muscles, maybe behind your quadriceps where the hamstrings are. Where do you feel like you want to support your legs from the back? Because when we hold the legs from the back, the front is more activated. The back is supported with your arms. all of a sudden your knees will respond, your quadriceps will respond. That's it. Now that the legs are more supportive, the spine is letting go. Can you let it gush down like water over your legs? Fluid spine. Surrendered head. Comfortably soft, neutral face. Beautiful. And then we're going to stand up again. So look forward, take a moment to pause, hold your waist, and stand up. Good. I lied. I said we're going to use downward dog to do some standing poses, but I see that you guys have lots of energy, at least the ones I can see. So we're going to go ahead and take our standing poses from Tadasana, from the standing position. Okay. So what could we use to bring a little more vibrancy to our standing poses?
That's a good idea. Okay, so excuse me for getting this. Wait. Okay, so what I'm going to invite you guys to do is, if you haven't, this is all part of one kit. If you haven't used frankincense yet, that just clears out all negativity, and it's really holy and anointing. It's the free product of the month. So it's a really good thing just to clear any judgment, any mental anguish, anxiety. It's great for skin and wrinkles. I like to put it on my face while I practice. And something that clears energy right away is actually tea tree oil, which isn't everyone's favorite smell, but putting some of this on our pulse points.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So we're kind of cleansing, any negativity. And then finally, a drop of On Guard, which helps our immunity, gets rid of all the bugs. You might want to sip of water. I like the fire and the passion. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Practice. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Woo!
And On Guard also has, tell me a little more about On Guard, Rainbow.
On Guard is the one that we clean all bacteria with. It's clove and cinnamon, and it's really spicy, but that's the one that, they protected themselves against the plague with clove and cinnamon. And this also has eucalyptus. It's been shown with studies that it cleans bacteria even better than, bleach. So all of these oils are antiviral, bacterial, and microbial. But just to get that inside of our bloodstream, it brings heat, it helps circulation, and it also protects us and it raises our immunity.
So I'd like to put some under my tongue, right?
Might be a little burny. I like to put it straight in my mouth. I mean, it's like really wakes you up, but it's nice.
For standing poses, it's a good waker upper. Okay, let's bring our feet together and come back to our mountain pose, Tadasana. Standing rooted again through the soles of your feet and then drawing up from those roots. Nice and lean and tall. Shoulders back, chest open, receptive. And then when you're ready, we're going to cross the arms, separate the feet, go nice and wide for the triangle pose. Turn the left toes in, turn the right leg to the right. Resist with the left side of your body so that you're supporting what's about to happen on the right. Resist like someone's pulling you to the left, and then reach. Reach and lengthen yourself. Take all the lines out of the right side of your waist, and then come down. Utthita Trikonasana. You can place your hand on the ankle, behind the ankle, or on a block behind your ankle, whatever works for you. Keep the weight on the outside of your left foot. Okay. And then keep extending through the right waist. Keep extending through the right kidney. Keep breathing your breath, energizing your pose through the breath, allowing the breath to support you, to encourage you. That's it, Shayna. It looks so nice. Roll the right shoulder back, and when you reach the left arm, reach it from the shoulder. Let the shoulder lift itself with your arm. A lot of times we drop the shoulder and the arm is trying to reach, but that doesn't really work. That's it. And then pressing into the back leg so that even your return is light. Inhale, come to standing. Turn the right toes in, turn the left leg to the left. Utthita Trikonasana, other side. So resist with the right side. Imagine someone is pulling you saying, don't go, and yet you're still going. Extend the left side. Nice, Stephanie. Reach, reach, reach. No lines on the left side of your waist by the time you get down. Exactly. Utthita Trikonasana. Roll the left shoulder back. Let the heart blossom open. If you don't feel like looking up, that's okay. Where we look doesn't matter in the poses. Sometimes it's even nice to look down at our roots. But the heart right now should turn itself, rotate, and try to look up. That's it. Keep the breath moving in, out through your shape so that every breath is creating a brand new pose for you. Inside that pose, there's a new posture with each breath. Very nice. Press into your back leg and come up lightly. Inhale, come to standing. Turn your feet to parallel, then interlock the fingers behind you. Maybe you can show from the back, Rainbow. Interlock the fingers behind you, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift your lungs, look up. And exhale, come forward and down. It's a wide stance. We kept the wide stance from triangle, and then that's it. And we come forward. So the arms here, they have this role of helping the shoulders not only roll back, but lift up away from the neck. The neck keeps releasing itself. The back of the head keeps surrendering. Okay, keep your feet pressing, but particularly the outside edges of your feet, so that through the inner arches you can lengthen. So the inner legs are lean, elongated. That's it. And then let's change the interlock of our fingers as we stay released with the upper body. Put the other little finger underneath so both shoulders get the same amount of work. Yes. Breath is moving. It's like each breath is giving you a little more awareness to work with. So receive the breath. Allow the breath. Even be demanding with your breath. Ask it to show you more. That's it. That way you move deeper into your shape. Exactly. Let's exhale and release our hands to the earth. And take a moment to press the fingertips and look forward. Just look forward towards Rainbow. That's it. What we're going to do is go a little tiny bit wider with the feet, a little more distance. We're going to keep the left fingertips or hand down and rotate and reach the right arm to the side enough. So it's just a gentle twist, very gentle rotation. That's it. Exactly. Looks beautiful. Draw your left shoulder blade in, support the heart, and then rotate and lift. And this time look up. Look up towards the upper thumb. Exactly. There you go, Shayna. That's it. Look up, rotate. Beautiful. Ooh, you're right in between a tight spot there, but it's supporting you. That's nice. And then exhale, release, and switch sides. So feel the difference between the sides. When you switch sides, you're going to see one side felt easier. The other side needs a little more of your effort, of your energy, therefore of your breath, of the oils you just put on to energize you. Outside edges of your feet are still heavy, rooted, supportive. That's it. The arm is reaching, but so is the heart. Lift up. Rotate, exhale deeper, and then release. Good. Release, look forward, place your hands on your waist, let the heart lift, and then stand up. That's it. So the heart is leading you as you come to standing. Bring the feet together and pause. Every time you come back, a moment to pause. Maybe you feel like dabbing on a little more oil or not. Pause and just center yourself. I love it. One of my teachers used to say, compose yourself. Come back to the beginning, come back to your roots, come back to the smoothness of the life force, your breath. And then again, inhale, exhale, step or jump. You can even jump if you feel energized. Go a little wider than you did earlier for triangle between the feet, because this time we're going to do the warrior pose. Separate your arms super wide, extend through the arms, and then bend your right leg deep as you resist with the left side of your body. So really, if the left side is resisting, then it's supportive. So if you feel truly supported and you let yourself be supported, you're willing to let go more through the right thigh. Okay? One side is resisting, so the other side can let go. That's it, Anyaj, beautiful. Bend the leg deeper. You almost want to let that right quadricep muscle burn a little bit. You want to feel it letting go. Yes. And then inhale, press into your back leg to straighten the front leg and switch sides. Keep the arms extended. If your arms get tired, it's because you're holding from your shoulders. Hold your arms from the center of your chest, from the root of your sternum. That's it. Right leg is holding you. The left thigh is letting go. The breath is moving. You can gaze beyond your fingertips into the horizon. A soft and yet very centered and deep gaze. Nice. Long, lean, supported back leg. Inhale, come to standing because your back leg is supportive. You can come back safely. Turn your feet to parallel and step or jump. Bring your feet together. Back to Tadasana, your mountain pose. Smooth out your breath. Release the tip of your tailbone towards the ground. Let the front body be lifted and open. Beautiful. Our last standing pose is going to be Ardachandrasana, especially since we worked on opening the hips. This one is going to feel really nice. It's a little bit of a balancing pose. So if you want to use a wall, you can. You can put your back foot against the wall. So you can move right into it. Okay? From triangle rainbow, you can just go right into stepping up into Ardachandrasana. Place the right fingertips either down on the floor or on a chair at home or on a block at home, and pick the back leg up. That's it. Once you pick the back leg up, exactly, Anyaj, that's it. You want that foot to be flexed. So even if you didn't choose to use a wall, imagine you're digging the left heel into a wall. That's it. And then with the fingertips grounded, okay, can you rotate the outer right lung away from the arm? So if anything was to look up, it would be the outer right side of your lung. Revolve with the navel also towards the ceiling. Flex the left foot heavy, heavy, as though it was into a wall. Yes, Steph, exactly. Beautiful. What we're going to do is add something because you all look so nice. Reach a little higher with your left arm and then keep the leg up and just release the left hand down. So you face your right leg now. Release. Nice. And now turn your hips like they're square with each other and lengthen back and up with your left leg. Lengthen, reach, reach. When the leg is long, then it will lift higher. Very nice. Exactly. And then come back by just releasing the foot and standing up. So we can just switch sides, right? Stand up, face the camera, and then prepare yourself, compose yourself, as my teacher used to say. Center yourself and get ready for the other side. Ardachandrasana. Step open. Following rainbow. If you're confused, she's showing everything nicely. You just release, bend the left leg and pick the back leg up once you're rooted with the fingertips. That's it. Right away, you bring energy. Your lifted foot needs to be alert, not just kind of hanging in space. Exactly. So it's like from the crown of your head into the sole of that lifted foot, you have a nice line of energy, very clear line of energy. Reach a little higher with your arm before you release it. Then exhale, release the hand. Turn to look at that bottom leg. Release yourself over the leg, but then lengthen the back leg up. Reach it like you're going to have a longer, leaner leg when you stand up. Yes, nice, Steffi. With the foot nice and energized. Exactly. And exhale. When you're ready, release the foot back down and at your own pace, safely stand up. Beautiful. And now that you're standing, I want to propose just a gentle inversion. So I want to see if some of you have a headstand practice, if you're willing to set up your headstand, and if you don't, if you can just do legs up the wall so that we invert the body just gently. So maybe Rainbow, you could just show legs up the wall just in case no one's ever done it, just to see how we do really perpendicular legs right on the wall. Exactly. That's it. And the spine can just be nice and fluid and resting on the ground. That's it, Shayna. Exactly. You have a little gorgeous little tight spot to work with. I love watching that. Good. And then some of you, like maybe Enyaj, yes, Stephanie, doing your headstand. Let's use a wall for the headstand so we don't have to worry about balancing. Good. When you're upside down, okay, it's a beautiful moment for the circulatory system. So when you're upside down, take this opportunity to go deeper and deeper into the depth of your own breath. And see if you can slow down the rhythm of your breath and let yourself get very familiar with that empty place in between each breath. At the bottom of your exhalation, there's a moment of complete stillness. Inside that stillness is the untouchable, invisible you. There is the wholeness of your being right inside that empty spot in between each breath. That's it. Whenever we're upside down, we have to really come back at our own pace because nobody's inside your body. You know how it feels. And when you're upside down, you want to be very aware that you don't feel any kind of heat, excess heat or pressure in the head, in the ears, in that whole neck ear connection. So you want to release yourself from being upside down when you feel it's time. Nice. Is your jaw released? Is your throat clear? Is the breath moving? And when you come back, of course, rest in your child's pose. Get comfortable. Soften the jaw again. Relax the lower back again. Very nice. We feel very, very light when we come back from an inversion. Let's gradually sit up. Good. And once you're seated, let's sit in Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of our feet together. That's it. Good. As the soles of the feet come together, if your groins feel a little bit tight, don't worry. Just put a little support on your outer thighs if you need to. Otherwise, hold on to the feet and just sit up nice and tall for a moment. I think Rainbow will guide us through a few more oils in Baddha Konasana. I'm just going to pause for a moment, let you sit tall, let you be with your breath, with your seat, with the extension and release of your groins.
Mm. So I've been using all the oils out of the family physician's kit, so we know how to use them. Oregano is in the family physician's kit, but it's not in a steel roller ball. And just one of my favorite things I've been doing lately is taking this oregano has coconut oil, but really massaging the feet with this oregano. And the feet are a map of the entire body, the organ system, the hormone system, our digestion, our lungs is all here. So oregano is so good at, just eating away bacteria. And doing a roller bottle every day on your feet is literally life-changing. If you just have the regular oil, you could use some, coconut oil in it. But this will help fight even if you have a low-grade infection. So I just wanted to share that. The feet are one of my favorite things to work on, and it's only in yoga that we really take care of the feet. They carry us around all the time, and by giving back to our feet, literally, it will change our lives. So let's make sure that we take off our shoes, and this Vadakanasana is so good for the sexual meridians, inner groin, hormonal health. Our class next month is about women's health, so fibroids, menopausal symptoms, all of this stuff is so beneficial by helping to open this type of a pose like Maryam is showing, but also using the oils. I have lavender next. We might have some oregano, and lavender has 167 adaptogens. So I'm putting several drops of it, and it really opens the heart and calms the mind. So just taking a few deep breaths where you're feeling and experiencing, you can even be in the pose, like deeper in the pose by folding in and getting into your feet and into your inner groins and those ovaries. Or if you're a male, it's good for sexual health as well. And taking a few breaths of lavender, again, this relaxes 167 adaptogens. It's good for burns, it's good for everything, but placing it on the heart really truly helps open the heart. And when we get into the parasympathetic nervous system and relax, digestion functions, our immunity functions. And then lastly, breathe. So I'm just going to put a little bit of breathe, again in a roller bottle, but we have it just pure. You can apply it, that and deep blue, to wherever you might have pain. So is there anything that did not get touched in this practice? Like maybe your knees, all of these have little energy centers. So enhancing, I like to put it also in the back of the lungs. You could put it on the front of the lungs. So enhancing our practice, the intelligence of Mother Nature goes in, and we get to really experience healing. So take it away, Maryam.
That was beautiful on the knees. I love that. And actually, in this Baddha Konasana, we are dealing with our knees. So it's great. I love the deep blue on the knees. They respond. All of a sudden, the knees awaken. They respond better, because even when we bend the legs, we want the knees to not just be able to bend, but be able to be energized as we bend them, to respond to being that in that position. So let's come forward, like Rainbow was saying now, and get deeper into our groins, into the sexual organs, into the abdomen, into the kidneys, into the lower back as we extend forward. And so you're encouraging yourself to come forward. You're not forcing for a specific place to be, but just to be forward as best as possible for you. And when you can no longer extend, just place your forearms down and let the head go. Let yourself surrender to that being forward. And then with all those scents, how good it is to draw all those healing powers of the sense into your body. into your shape, into the temple. One of my teachers that I studied many years with used to always compare the body to a temple and the breath to your prayer. So as you care for this body temple, you are able to pray better. As you, like when you clean and prepare and beautify a temple in order to go into it for prayer. The same thing with the yoga practice. And so bringing the oils into our yoga practice really does beautify, magnify, and energize this body temple. Let yourself surrender to the shape a few more moments. Is your jaw still released? Can you release the root of your nose that is directly connected to the space between your eyebrows? Can you let the temples go almost as though they were hollow? Nice. And of course, any area that needs particular attention, can you take your breath specifically and willingly into that section, whether it's your groins, your kidneys, your lower back. And then with your next exhalation, very complete, gradually and carefully walk your hands back and sit up. Okay. And now we're gonna take the same position with the feet and just gradually make ourselves comfortable on the back. So it's a supine Baddha Konasana, which is called Supta Badakanasana, where we now get to lie back. And this is, I like to remind us sometimes when we lie back like this, that we're in a very vulnerable position. So this is why often, at least in my classes, I like to give this towards the end. It's okay to start with this at the beginning of your practice, but because we've worked the body, we've gotten into some of the tight spots. Now maybe we're more willing to be in this very beautifully vulnerable position where everything is exposed, right? Your hips are open, your groins, okay? The perineum, the abdomen, the diaphragm, the heart, the lungs, everything is facing outwards, open and receptive. And so let's take a moment and place one hand on the abdomen, the other on the heart, just to connect, tune in. And when we place the hand on the abdomen, let's let the exhalation deflate the belly. So that hand on the abdomen is releasing downwards with the exhalation. You're feeling the letting go of the abdomen, the emptying of the belly. And the hand on your heart should gently raise with the inhalation coming in to fill the heart, to fill the chest. And sometimes we forget that the fullness of the breath is where we are learning to give ourselves permission to be fully ourselves. When you fully inhale, you are bringing in so much awareness, so much more of yourself. You're no longer hiding. So let the inhalation keep magnifying. Gracious, comfortable. When you exhale, keep the wide space that you got with the inhalation. And then let go of anything you want to let go of. A thought, a feeling, a sensation, physical, emotional, mental, whatever it is. There is a famous theorist named Bucky Fuller who said that 99% of who we are is untouchable and invisible. Okay? So when we practice yoga, we have this opportunity to tune in to this invisible, untouchable existence of ourselves inside this body. These invisible sections of ourselves are more of who we are than the outer layer, the visible part. So your practice is actually a very sacred moment. It can be a very intense moment, but there's beauty in that intensity because you're tuning in to the untouchable, invisible you. Where you were being restrained, you're opening. Where you were hiding, you're revealing. Where there was darkness, light is taking over. Where there was pain, joy is taking over. Each breath, another opportunity to feel, to connect, to let go, to open. What happens is when you are more of yourself, then you are more receptive. And when you are more receptive, then you are more willing to give. We have to be able to receive in order to give. This posture opens you, shows you, allows you to connect and yet be receptive. Be inside yourself and yet be open. Take another few exhalations and let these exhalations melt you into the shape so that you become the pose now. You're no longer doing the pose, you just became the shape itself. Rest your awareness into that empty and yet full place in between each breath. And at your own pace, whenever you feel like it's time to release your legs, just stay resting on your back and let the legs go. Once you let the legs go, you might feel wow, something is moving, something is revealing in my groins, in my inner legs, in my hips. Just let the legs surrender themselves and become almost like they're detaching from the torso, almost like the legs are floating into the distance. And then release your arms and let your arms now almost float away from the torso. You are now fully in touch with that very tender spot inside yourself. That place inside you that you know you can trust. And so now let the physical body sink, melt, and become one with the earth beneath you. The softness overcomes the hard. The flowing water inside the body is perfectly fluid now. When the water is flowing, it can never decay. So when circulation is free inside the body, nothing can be stagnant. Moving water, never gets rancid, never. So now this moving life force inside us healing, comforting, trusting. You have entered your most quiet self. Rest deeply. There's an abundance of peace inside each one of us. Every time we practice, and truly with these jewels of essential oils, every time we practice, every single time that we choose to get more comfortable with the peace inside ourselves, we are healing the planet together. The more we heal, the more we rest inside the peace in our own body temple, the better we pray. The more powerful the prayer inside your body temple, the more powerful the healing of the planet. Please let your exhalations become just a little bit fuller now. Scan your body comfortably with these next few fuller exhalation breaths. Let there be no leftover gripping anywhere at all, just in case you run into just a little tiny something. Exhale deeper into that spot. Let there be nothing left but clarity, fluidity, comfort. Let the soles of your feet exhale. Let the palms of your hands exhale. Let the skin on your face exhale. Every cell of your body is now purified. Every pore of your skin is comfortably exhaling, effortlessly letting go. The magic of these oils have made your practice so much more precious. Take a moment to bring your hands back onto your own body, one hand on the abdomen, another on the heart. And please just take a moment to be in gratitude for your existence, for your practice, for your willingness to pause and take time for you. Grateful for the connection we have with one another. Grateful for the healing power and the blessing of doTERRA oils. When you feel like moving, please make yourself just very comfortable on the right side of your body first. Be very gentle and get extra comfortable. When you get on your right side, you are just going to let your eyes open and close as many times as they need to until you feel like it's time to sit up. And when you're ready to sit, take a moment to sit up nice and tall. So much easier. The quality of our seat is just so much more comfortable at the end of our practice. Which oil do you suggest for the palms of our hands to come into prayer?
Ooh, frankincense, of course.
Okay, let's take a little frankincense to end our practice.
I'm trying to think if there was one that I didn't use, but frankincense, yeah.
Frankincense. Maybe a little more on the back of the neck, on the face, and the palms of our hands. Let's bring the hands to the heart again. There's a mantra I like to end with. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire world know love and peace. May the entire world know love and peace. May the entire world know love and peace. May the entire world know doTERRA. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. That was so beautiful. And I think we might have, I don't know what time, we usually do this class a little bit less, so I don't want to keep everyone more than they need to, but just real quickly, I do want to thank you to Maryam for your, I don't want mine pinned, you are on camera, haha. To just for your grace and your wisdom and your just the eloquence in which you know this practice so well and share it with such commitment and just a knowing that is very rare. I just want to thank you for your teachings.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful to be here tonight. And I hope we do this again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for turning on your camera, Shayna. I hope I'm saying your name right. Can you unmute yourself and pronounce your name for me?
It's Shauna.
Shauna. Okay. The whole time I was saying Shayna.
It's
like,
okay.
What the hell is that woman saying?
So before you say goodbye, and everyone leaves, I want to let you know that I think Stephanie put the Family Physicians Kit right there in the link. Please give us your email addresses so that we can raffle you and give you a private and work specifically on anything that's going on with your health, mental, emotional, physical necessity, because like Maryam said, as we heal ourselves, that's the best way to heal the planet. So thank you for putting your email addresses in. Oh, and now it's actually not called the Family Physicians Kit. It's now called the Healthy Start Kit. And everyone you should all know that frankincense is the free product of the month. It's the king of all the oils. It has something in it called sesquiterpene, which rewrites miswritten codes in utero. It literally is maybe the most powerful oil on the planet. Baby Jesus was given it. They anointed him on his feet, and they used it in cleansing the house, actually frankincense and lavender. And it's truly, it's all over the Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's literally written on the walls that kings and queens buried themselves with their oils, frankincense, myrrh, and the sacred oil. So with any kit, you get your enrollment waived. You get the free frankincense, and then you can actually get up to 55% off. You can also get retail, so you have these oils at home. And Miriam kept saying sense, and that is true. It does, it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it does affect it is also a scent. But this is the first time in the history of the world that we've had truly food-grade essential oils. So these are supplements. These are plant medicines that have a frequency that we can now, thank God, I get all excited, use internally. We have these, I literally want to cry. Wow. I'm just so grateful. These plants, they help. We source them from indigenous people around the world, and we help to sustain, this is the first time that we've actually worked with helping to make sure that there's enough, so the more we purchase, the more we work with the indigenous, and the more we help plant more trees, and it's so beautiful. But having these plants in our lives, they change everything. Because instead of having, I haven't practiced a lot, so I think I'm just some emotions are coming out, but because the plants, I'm always practicing because I'm using the plants in my bath, and it gives you a lot of mileage because there's an intelligence that Mother Nature has that when she goes in, she's able to heal in a way that no yoga teacher can. We can heal ourselves, and that's the thing, is we want to create healers in every home. And it's just truly, doTERRA means gifts of the earth, and to be able to have this directly to your doorstep and to be able to use them for cellular regeneration is life-changing. So they only work when we're using them. So I really want to invite you to get your kit. And then we need to announce some winners. So we have to do the raffle with your email address. So make sure we have your email address, and we're also going to give away an aroma touch. Maryam gets to decide who had the most peaceful vibe tonight. Who gets the
Listen, I thank you, Rainbow, for inviting me. As I drink my water, I want to say that I never have any water without a couple of drops of essential oil in it. I am in love with doTERRA. It's changed my life. It's changed my yoga. It's changed my teaching. And Yaj knows that. My teaching has shifted ever since I've been on these products, because I've changed. And so, yes, let's keep sharing it. Let's keep using it. And I love you all. And that's all. Thank you so much.
Picking a winner. So, okay.
Are we announcing the winner right now or after we disconnect?
I made it a game, but I think so many people didn't get there. Oh, I see one email address. Also, we have an athlete's kit, everything that has the deep blue for sore muscles, and it has 4 oils in here. So I think we're going to have to make it that we need everyone's email address to win, and then we'll pick it later so we don't, so if we don't have your emails here, go ahead and email info@rainbowmars.com to be added to that drawing, and we'll do a little thing and pick it by tomorrow. And receive the gift that keeps giving, or of course you can purchase them. And thank you for all of your support so that we can keep sharing content. And as we heal ourselves together, we're just all walking each other home. I love you all so much, and I'm going to stop recording then.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. What a wonderful evening. Wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, Yaj.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for inviting